almost nobody talks about honestly. You wanted someone back. You made the call. You got what you were chasing. And when it finally happened, felt absolutely nothing. Not relief, not warmth, just emptiness where the feeling was supposed to be. Most people write that off as confusion. Vaughn never asked the real question, but that emptiness, that's the most important data point in the whole story because it means that desire was never really about them. Girard was a French philosopher who studied one single question that I'm showing you here. He studied why do humans want what they want? And the answer was a little bit uncomfy, of course. Because it said that desire is almost never direct. As in, we don't always want things just because we want them. As in, there is no line between the object and us. It is not like that. There is another thing, something that makes this triangular, which is the mediator. The existence of a mediator makes the relationship between us and the object triangular. And by mediator, we mean is the one who's wanting or who's having tells you that something is worth wanting in the first. Without that feeling or that idea that the mediator, that that person, that that thing gives you, you would never want the object. Gerard said the object changes constantly, the triangular stays, and life always see that the existence of a triangular, it's the same as the object and the mediator. The triangular is the same, us is the same, but the mediator and the object are always different. The mediator doesn't interrupt your desire, it creates your desires. Think about the last time you were consumed by someone. Ask yourself honestly, was the obsession there before you knew about the rival, or did it arrive at exactly the same moment he did? For most people, if they are honest, it's the second one. Before him, she barely existed in your mind. Maybe you'd moved on, maybe you'd forgotten entirely. Then you found out that he had, that she gave him something that felt like it was supposed to be yours. Suddenly, she was everything. That's not coincidence. That's the triangular activating. His desire for her, or her choosing him, became the signal your brain needed. The mediator's wanting told you this object has value. This object is worth everything. Remove him entirely and run the same situation again. Desire won't exist. The desire won't survive, which means you were never in love with her. You were in love with the triangular. Now we're going to talk about Stendhal. He is a French novelist. Girard analyzed him and found a process he called crystallization. The image comes from the salt mine, which is a metaphor that we had before. It's like the existence of a branch. And once you put that branch in a salt mine, it slowly gets intoxicated or gets saturated with those bits of salt until all you can see is a diamond. And a diamond is worthy, a diamond is wanted, a diamond is expensive. That's what the mediator does to the object of desire. Makes it look like a diamond, even if it was just mere salt. She didn't become more beautiful. Didn't be after you found out. She looked that way just because of the existence of this. The crystal wasn't her, they were his existence. The mediator. The mediator is the most important part of everything here. This is why the kiss will feel like nothing. When you finally get back to her, when the obstacle temporarily dissolves, the crystallization here collapses, the branch, just a branch again, is never a diamond at all. The triangle needs existence of distance and rivalry to function. Give it the actual thing, and it has nothing left to run on it. Here is the part that takes the longest to see clearly. When the rival gets what you wanted, when he crosses a threshold you thought was yours, it doesn't just feel like losing someone. It feels like a verdict. A judgment was made about your worth, and you weren't consulted. Like someone looked at you both and chose, and that choice means something permanent about who you are. And so you spend a year, maybe more, trying to appeal a verdict that was handed down by a court that was never real. The rival isn't a judge. The triangular isn't a courtroom. It's a mechanism running automatically the same way it ran in Prost's novel, the same way it ran in Stendhal, the same way it's running every person watching this right now who recognizes what I'm describing. You're not uniquely broken. You're not uniquely weak. You're just human. Humans desire through each other's. That's not a flaw. That's the architecture. Girard didn't write about triangular desire to make you feel hopeless. He wrote about it because seeing the mechanism is the only way to stop being controlled by it. As long as you think the pain was about her, you'll keep looking for the next her to prove the verdict wrong. But the moment you see the triangle clearly, the moment you ask honestly whether the desire would survive without the rival, it just shifts. Not immediately, not completely, but enough. The moonlight doesn't care about your feelings. The moonlight doesn't care what you're feeling. It falls the same way on everyone. And everyone at some point stood in it feeling nothing, wondering why the thing they wanted so desperately arrived empty. Now you know why. The kiss was never the point. The triangle was.